Hey there, I'm Caitlin and welcome to my skating channel. Today I wanted to cover another skate park basic tutorial, and this one is going to be how to 180 on a ramp on your roller skates, both a forward 180 and a fakie 180. And I'm also going to cover how to do a fakie 360 on the ramp as well. Also, sorry, it is super windy. So working with what I got at this moment, try to ignore all of that loud noise that the camera is picking up. So in order to 180 on a ramp, it is recommended that you already know how to pump back and forth on a ramp before you try this. And I would also recommend knowing how to do 180s on flat ground on your roller skates, because this is going to help you better understand the foot placement that you need when you are doing the turn. So let's get into the tutorial. There are a few different types of 180s. The forward 180 is when you make the turn when you roll forward up the ramp, and a fakie 180 is when you make the turn when you roll backwards up the ramp. And you can turn either left or right for either one of these depending on your preference. We'll start with forward 180s. As with most roller skate tricks, foot placement is key here. I like to turn over my right shoulder when I do a forward 180, so for this particular move, I will roll up the ramp with my left foot in front, and then I land with my right foot in front. Remember to keep your feet staggered the whole time, both when you're rolling up the ramp and when you turn and jump and land to go back down the ramp so that you can maintain your balance. You want to wait until you reach the very top of the ramp before you jump and use your arms as momentum to pull yourself around in the 180. And to do a forward 180 over your left shoulder, the placement will usually be that you roll up with your right foot in front and then you land with your left foot in front to go back down the ramp. I personally find fakie 180s easier to do than forward 180s because I have better balance when I land. For fakie 180, I like to turn over my left shoulder, so when I roll backwards, my feet are staggered with right in front, left and back leading, and then when I turn, I land with my right foot in front. Keep your feet staggered the whole time, and make sure that you have a bend in your knees as well so that you can balance well throughout the jump. Turning too low on the ramp may cause you to land on your toe stops instead. Again, you want to wait until you get towards the top of the ramp before you jump, and you also want to use your shoulders as momentum to turn. But unlike the forward 180, you want to make sure that you're looking over your back shoulder when you turn so that you can get the timing correct. And here's a mid-video PSA to remind you to wear whatever protective gear works best for you. While a fakie 180 is a half turn, a fakie 360 is a full rotation on the ramp, and it incorporates all of the elements of the 180 with quicker movements. Like with my fakie 180, I specifically do fakie 360s over my left shoulder, so I'll be showing you that specific foot placement. I roll backwards with my right foot in front of me and the left foot leading back, and then when I do the jump and turn, I land with my right foot in front again. You want to keep a crouch stance and wait until you reach the highest point on the ramp so that you can do a full rotation. I push off with my back left foot to get both my feet in the air, and then when I land, both feet land on the ramp at the same time. You don't want your feet to be spaced too far apart for this, or else it'll be harder to do the full rotation. You need to have a tight stance when you turn. Another helpful tip is power. Before I do the fakie 360, I roll forward up the ramp and then push down as hard as I can to give myself the full force I need to be able to jump in the air and make a full rotation. Start turning over your shoulder before you jump, and then use your arms as a windmill in order to propel yourself in the full 360. If completing a full 360 turn is still too difficult, then I highly recommend another method for starting out in this move, where you roll to the front corner of the ramp and then roll backwards to the center to do the turn. This is more like a 300-degree turn and can help you learn what a full 360 rotation should feel like. 360s require a lot of muscle memory, so just keep drilling these until you start landing them. It takes a lot, but you will finally get it, I promise. So that is my tutorial on how to do 180s and 360s on a ramp. I hope that this was helpful for anyone out there who's trying to figure out how to do that themselves, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!